Hi, how are you doing? In this session, you will be understanding the basics, the essentials of Pearson PTE Academic exam essentials like the test duration, each module's duration, number of tasks in each module, also the important tasks from each module. So these basics are with the new PTE test. Basics are of new PTE exam with effect from 7th August 2025. Okay, so what is the duration of Pearson PTE exam? I took the test myself on the day one, which was 7th August. I booked the first slot of the first day of new exam. Sit the test before doing this video. That's why I took some time to do it. So the duration of the exam roughly was 2 hours, 10 minutes, 2 hours, 15 minutes in that range. That was the duration of Pearson PTE Academic exam for me. And then there are 4 modules in the test. The first two, speaking, writing, are what? Productive communicative skills, whereas the latter, reading, listening, are receptive communicative skills. So it has 2 productive communications skills and then 2 receptive communication skills. These are the things it has. And the timeline, sir, exam timeline, please see. So speaking and writing, as I told you, these 2 productive communicative skills are there in the beginning of the exam. Your exam starts with what? Speaking and writing. First thing to happen is speaking, then writing. If you can see these 2 things as separate things. But as a time unit, it is 1 basically. So how much time? Approximately 76 minutes, approximately 76 minutes time is there for speaking and writing together. And if you split the time, okay, and that will be what? Approximately 36 minutes for speaking and then 40 minutes for writing. So 36 plus 40 is 76. And now together, speaking and writing, you have 9 tasks. But again, if you split them, 7 tasks are there in speaking, 2 tasks are there in writing. 7 in speaking, 2 in writing. So this is as far as the productive communicative skills are concerned. Let's get into receptive. In the receptive communicative skills, so first thing is reading. The duration of reading module is approximately 23 minutes time. When I took the test, when I sat in the test, it was 23 minutes time I got 15 total number of questions, 15 in the real exam. And there are 5 tasks which are present in the reading module. There are total 5 tasks which are present in the reading module. And then at the end, you have listening module. The duration of listening module is approximately 31 minutes time and it contains 8 different types of questions. 8 different types of questions. And certain basics I'll discuss with you. Number 1, it is a computer-based exam. You don't have to give your answer to any human being, either online or offline. Nobody comes in front of you to take your answers or to receive your responses. It is, you will sit in front of a 20-inch monitored system, right? And then you will, when you have to speak, you will speak in the microphone. When you have to write, you will type. When you have to read, you read from the screen. When you have to listen from the headphone set. Basically, you will be given a headphones and microphone set like this in the real examination. Right? These are the things. Okay, so it's the assessment of this exam is done partially by the. For some questions, the assessment is done by the humans also. But all questions are firstly assessed by the computer, or the AI, or the AI algorithm. 7 tasks are assessed by humans. What are those tasks? You will be learning in the upcoming, sessions, basically. So that's how it is going to be. All right. So I'm sure you understood the basics of the overview of Pearson PTE Academic exam. And one last thing, wherever you take Pearson PTE exam, the flow of the test does not change. Whether you take this test in Australia or Algeria, wherever you take it, the flow is going to be absolutely same. Okay, so the difficulty level of the exam also from country to country does not change. Wherever you take the exam, it is going to be very much same. Now we will enter into speaking module. We will learn the basics of speaking module. So the duration of speaking module is approximately 36 minutes. 1-2 minutes here and there is possible depending on the number of questions there in the module. So now let's see how many questions can be there in the speaking module. The speaking module contains the total number of questions I'm talking about, around 33 to 36 questions are possible in the speaking module. That many questions you will answer back to back, back to back, back to back. Okay. Yeah. So there are total 7 different types of questions which are present in the speaking module, plus one formal task which does not have score, which is called personal introduction, that is also present in the speaking module. So for a count thing, there are 8 different types of question types in the Pearson PTE academic speaking. But if you talk about only the tasks that give you the score, some score are high score, whatever, 7 tasks are there. So the 8th task is the personal introduction, which starts your speaking test. It does not have any score. So you can be yourself, whatever you do, doesn't really affect the score. An introduction is 1 minute task. In this 1 minute, 30 seconds is given to you. 25-30 seconds is given to you to talk about why are you taking PT, what do you want to study abroad, what makes you pursue a particular course, what is your like ambition, all that stuff will come on the screen. And for 30-35 seconds, you have to talk about these things. That's it. Whether you give your introduction in an awesome manner or awful manner, there is no score for that. Okay, so it's a formality task, but I recommend people to use the personal introduction because it acts like sort of warm up before you get into the score dynamics. Okay. First in the list is read aloud. Read aloud is all about reading a small paragraph. That's it, in the flow. That's what read aloud all about. And then there will be 6 to 7 questions. And the speaking score is approximately 18 to 21 marks, and listening score is 0. There is no other score. Read aloud is purely a speaking task. A speaking task, you answer 6 to 7 questions, you get 18 to 21 marks approximately. That's the score. Repeat sentence. Repeat sentence is all about listening, remembering, and repeating one sentence at a time. So one question has one sentence. Like that, you have 10 to 12 questions coming in the real examination. When you answer this 10 to 12 questions 100% accurately, you get a score of 20 to 24 marks in speaking and then 15 to 18 marks in listening. So remember, repeat sentence is all about listening, remembering, and repeating a small sentence. That's what repeat sentence is all about. Third thing, describe image. There will be minimum 5 questions, maximum 6 questions from this, and its weightage is 15 to 18. When you answer this 5-6 questions accurately, you get 15 to 18 marks. And it gives you score only in speaking. It does not supply score elsewhere, like read aloud. It is single skill thing. In this task, what you do is you describe briefly a pie chart, a flow chart, a bar diagram, maybe a process image, any sort of image you will describe in brief. Basically, that's what you do. It's not a very, what do you call, difficult task. All right. The fourth one is read a lecture. In this task, what you do, you will listen to a lecture. You will write the crucial information, the important information from the lecture, very limited important information from the lecture on an erasable noteboard. Then, when you are given around 40 seconds of time to retell the lecture, what you understood from the lecture, you have to tell using the notes. This is what it is all about. What is retell lecture? Listening and retelling a short lecture in your words called retell lecture. There will be 2 to 3 questions coming in the exam from retell lecture. And when you answer these 2 to 3 questions 100% accurately, you get 8 to 12 marks in speaking and then 8 to 12 marks in listening. And the other task, which is at number 5, is answer short question. There will be 5-6 questions. It does not give you any speaking score as far as the score guide is concerned, and it can give you up to 1 mark in listening. Not at all an important task. And at number 6, you have summarize group discussion. 3 people will have a 3-minute discussion. 3 people have a 3-minute discussion. While listening to that discussion, you have to write down three important points for each speaker. I repeat, 3 people speak for, discuss a matter for 3 minutes, a matter related to university, a matter related to academics. They discuss it for 3 minutes. So you have to write three points, four points, whatever the first speaker said, second speaker said, third speaker said. You have to jot down the notes. And after jotting down notes, when you are allowed to speak for 2 minutes, you are expected to summarize the group discussion. Basically, you have to brief that discussion in your own words. Basically, that's what you have to do. There will be 2 to 3 questions. The weightage is 12 to 18 marks. That's the weightage in speaking, and the listening weightage is 6 to 9 marks. That's the weightage of listening. So this task gives you score in speaking and listening, both the things. So summarized group discussion is a newly added task in the Pearson PTE Academic speaking module. And then you have respond to a situation in which a particular situation is given to you in the university context, in the academic context. Let's say you are running late for your semester exam and you have difficult time, understanding couple of subjects, and your friend is good at those subjects. Talk to your friend and request him for helping you. Okay, so this is a situation. How do you speak? You have to speak on certain very relatable common situations for up to 40 seconds times. Pretty easy task, only when you do not get little anxious. Okay, when you take it with cool head, it's a simple task, what is called respond to situation. This is also newly added to recently, yesterday only it got added to Pearson PT Academic. I took the test already. It's not a very overwhelming task or a very difficult task for any speaker who is a decent user of English. All right. 2 to 3 questions in the exam. When you answer these 2 to 3 questions 100% accurate, you get what, 8 to 12 marks in speaking. That's it. It does not give you score in the other section. So please observe these 7 tasks. Let's say barring answer short questions, these 6 tasks are supposed to give you 90 marks. Okay. And when you perform well in these 6 tasks, they supply you listening score. Listening score. So you have to do well in speaking module for 2 fundamental reasons. Reason number 1, for getting good score in speaking, maybe close to 90 marks in speaking. The other reason is to get close to 90 marks in listening. So if you want a good score in speaking and listening, you should do well in speaking, because this is the reason. This column is the reason why you should take speaking module of PT Academic more seriously. 3 rules you have to follow when you are carrying out Pearson PT Academic speaking modules tasks. Let's look at one by one. First one, you only speak after the screen says recording or when there is a beep sound. Let me show you one example. Let's say this is one read aloud question. Please see, here is the instruction. Here it says recording in 28 seconds. So that means after 28 seconds or this much time, the mic will start working. Okay. Only when the screen says recording and when you hear the beep sound, that is when you are expected to start speaking into microphone. So before that also you can speak, but it does not get recorded. That's it. Simple. Much, not much. Now when I say something, see, bad ideas persist because people keep talking about them. Silence causes ideas to die. So something like this, you are expected to speak only when the recording starts. Okay. The second thing is, after recording starts, don't be silent for more than 3 seconds. So once the recording starts for any question, if you are silent for more than 3 seconds, the microphone automatically gets switched off. That's what happens. So please don't do that. Third one, what is it? When you finish answering a question, you have to click the next button immediately. This is something you have to do. So these 3 rules you have to follow during the speaking module. Now let's learn the basics of new PT Academic writing module. A simple manner. The duration of PT Academic writing module is 40 minutes as far as the uh, test experience of mine is concerned. As far as the score that is concerned, that's the 40 minutes duration, what I witnessed in the exam. And then there are two types of questions in the PT Academic writing module. Only two types of questions are there. Before changes, updated one also, there are only two types of questions. There is no change in the types of questions in PT. And then total, there will be three questions in the new PT exam. Two questions will be there from one task, one question will be there from other task. Now let's talk about something that is very important. That is assessment. So once you write answers in the writing module, who is going to give you the assessment? Who is going to assess your answers? Who is going to give you the award you the score? So it happens both ways. Number one, in stage one, once you submit your answer, when the Pearson PT's artificial intelligence or the algorithm that does the assessment based on criteria like content, vocabulary, form, grammar, lexical range, structure, development, coherence. There are many areas. So based on these areas, for these areas, it will test your writing, whether you are writing an essay or you are writing a summary. First, the machine does the calculation, right? The score calculation, assessment plus calculation, first done by the machine. So once the machine is done with the assessment, only one area, the content area, is verified by the human for the both tasks in writing module. Okay. So for the machine verifies all areas. I'll tell you what are those areas: content, grammar, form, vocabulary, lexical resource or linguistic range, whatever you call it, structure, development, and coherence, spelling. These things are assessed by the computer, right? Once these are done by the computer, respective, depending on this question type, then the human checks the first part, which is the content part. The human checks what fundamentally a human checks, to give you an answer in a nutshell. The human checks the answer that you wrote is relevant to the question or not. Is it sufficient or not as far as the criteria is concerned? This is what the human going to check looking at your answer. All right. So this is about human, and human also verify. The human does not verify the grammar, lexical range, vocabulary, spelling, form, all these things. The human only verifies the content. I hope I'm clear. And yeah. Writing score, the task involved. Summarize written text. In the exam, there will be two questions. It's all about reading a passage and writing summary for that passage in just one sentence using up to 75 words. What is it? Reading a passage, writing one sentence summary which is up to 75 words. That's what this task all about. It gives you score in writing and reading both. It gives you a score of 30 marks in writing approx and then 15 marks in reading approx. So this is an important task to get a high score in writing and high score in reading. The next up is write essay. There will be one question coming from write essay. There is no second question, only one essay you get. You get 20 minutes time to answer that one question. And when you answer that one question appropriately, perfectly, in an excellent manner, a perfect manner, you get what? 30 plus marks in writing. So essay does not add value to other modules. It is only a writing module thing. So timing, we will once again get that into context. Summarize written text. Each question comes with 10 minutes time. In 10 minutes, you have to read the passage, identify the crucial points from the passage, club them into one sentence, and write a summary in less than 75 words or up to 75 words, right, in one sentence. Now, whereas essay, you have 20 minutes per essay. You are expected to read the question, write a relevant and sufficient answer for the topic that is given there. So that's what you do there. Okay. So apart from these things, you will also have the other tasks that contribute the writing score. Please have a look at them. These two are what we already discussed: summarize written text and essay. The next one is summarize spoken text. This task belongs to listening module. Although it belongs to listening module, it supplies significant writing score. What is it? 10 marks it supplies to writing when you answer it well there. What is summarized spoken text? Summarized spoken text is all about listening to a lecture or a conversation. So writing a summary for that. The crucial stuff from that you have to write in your own words. That's what you have to do in summarized spoken text. Nothing much. I'll explain you summarized spoken text in the next module, that is listening module. And then write from dictation. This also belongs to. Again, it belongs to listening module. There will be minimum 3 questions, maximum 4 questions. It can give you up to 15 marks, or sometimes maybe better than 15 marks in writing when you answer it well. So what is dictation? Dictation is all about listening, remembering, writing a sentence, same spelling. Listening, remembering, writing a sentence, same spelling is dictation. This is the crispiest definition you can get for dictation. All right. So we will be, again talking about dictation in the next module. So these things: summarize written text, write essay, summarize spoken text, write from dictation. These are the 4 tasks that are responsible for your writing 90 score. On that note, I'll finish writing basics. Let's get into the other one. Let's now work on reading. Let's learn the basics of reading in a simple manner. Okay, so this is new version of PTE with effect from 7th August 2025. I'm reminding you guys. Okay, so the duration of reading module is approximately 23 minutes time. This much time you get in or for reading module. For carrying out, for answering approximately 15 questions, you just get 23 minutes. That's it, nothing much. I think maybe 1-2 minutes here and there if the number of questions are increasing. I am talking very confidently because I took the test center the very first day, the very first slot I took the test. That's why I'm very confidently telling you, super confidently telling you that you get what? Just 23 minutes time if you're getting 15 questions. So you have to be very good at time management when you are working, when you are trying to answer and get good score in a reading module. So, and this that 23 minutes time is a common time. So this time is shared by approximately 15 questions, right? So in the reading module, you are either going to be a manager of time or you are going to be a damager of time. How can you be manager of time in the reading module? I'll explain you. How will you become a damager also? I'll explain you in the next few moments. So the types of task you have in the reading module, there are 5 different types of questions available. This is the variety of reading module. How many? 5 different types of tasks are available in the reading module. Okay. So in these 5 types of tasks, 2 types of tasks are crucial, important. They give you significant score. They are responsible for majority of the score in the reading module. So what are they? We will look at them. So these are the tasks from the reading module. When you sit the test, the tasks are going to happen in the same fashion, in the same sequence. This is exam sequence, and to answer all these questions, usually you have 23 minutes time. So your your reading module starts with fill in the blanks drop down. 5-6 questions. There is a passage. In the passage, there are blanks, 4-5 blanks. Okay, at every blank, you have a drop down button. When you click the drop down button, it displays 4 options. In these 4 options, one option is correct, remaining all wrong. When you select it's all about selecting the right word options for each blank. That's what fill in the blanks drop down all about. There will be 5-6 questions. That means what you will be processing 5-6 passages as part of fill in the blanks drop down. And it gives you up to 40 marks in reading module. The next one, multiple choice, multiple answer. There will be 2 to 3 questions coming from this. The maximum weightage of this task is 2 marks. The multiple choice, multiple answer is all about there is a question, there is a passage, there are options. In the options, minimum 2 options are correct. Minimum 2 choices are correct, basically. So that's why it is called multiple choice, multiple answer. It's not, very important task. Okay, let's talk about reorder paragraph. This is reorder paragraph. You get 2 to 3 questions from this. The score that you can expect when you answer this task pretty well is what? 6 to 8 marks. What is this task? You will be given jumbled sentences, maybe 4 sentences which are not in the order, 5 sentences that are not in the order. Usually, this is the scenario. And you will arrange these 4, 5 sentences in the perfect order. When you arrange these 4, 5 sentences in the perfect order, they create a meaningful paragraph or a coherent paragraph. Okay, a perfect structured paragraph. That's why put the jumbled sentence in the perfect sequence. They create a paragraph. That's why it is called the order paragraphs. So the weightage is what? 6 to 8 marks, 2 to 3 questions you get. Fill in the blanks, drag and drop. This is another type of fill in the blank, which is 99%, 95% close to fill in the blanks drop down. So here, instead of you have same passage, same blanks, but only thing is the options will be in the bottom. The options will be in the bottom. What you have to do, you have to click, drag and drop the right words into the right spots. That's what you have to do. So this is your reading. I'm sorry, fill in the blanks, drag and drop. The weightage is what, up to 20 marks. There will be 4 to 5 questions coming in the exam. Multiple choice single answer. There will be 2 to 3 questions coming from this multiple choice single answer. The weightage is approximately 1 mark. Whatever the scores I'm revealing here are not official score, guys. This is my personal estimation, my professional personal estimation. It has no connection with the Pearson PT's official literature throughout this video. Okay, so 90 marks is the maximum score in the Pearson PT reading, and these don't contribute to 90, they don't become 90. So let's look at the tasks that are responsible for remaining marks. So these are tasks which are outside the reading module but still contribute reading score. What is this? First one, summarize written text. You just saw it in writing module. I told you then it gives you writing score also. Now it's come. Summarize written text. How many? Up to 15 marks you get in reading when you do it well in the writing. This belongs to writing module. The second, third ones, these two belong to listening module. In these two, highlight incorrect words is super duper important. 5, 7 marks it gives you in reading. It belongs to listening module. It's all about listening and clicking, highlighting the wrongly entered words or wrongly typed words on the screen. That's it, nothing much. That's what highlight incorrect words. Super duper easy task and gets you 5, 7 marks in reading. So this is the reading score breakup, right? Right. Okay. So reading is over. Now it's time to learn the basics of listening module. Interesting module. It has a lot of varieties of questions. You will enjoy learning the basics of listening module, and you will equally enjoy answering the listening questions effectively and efficiently in the test as well. Hope so. See. Updated PT Academic with effect from 7th August. Listening crisp intro using my real exam experience. Okay. So the duration of listening module for me was approximately 31 minutes, more or less same time I have, and you will also have the same thing. But this listening 31 minutes is divided into 2 sections, okay, based on time. They're divided into 2 sections. Let's discuss that later. Okay. So there will be approximately 16 questions coming in the listening module. Okay. Approximately how many? 16 questions coming in the listening module. All right. So in the total listening, there are 2 sections, as I already said. So listening is divided into 2 sections. Section 1, Section 2. Section 1, Section 2. So what is there in Section 1? What is there in Section 2? We'll see in some time. So there are total, coming back to the totality, there are total 8 different types of questions which are present. Which listening has a lot of diversity, great diversity in terms of question type. There are 8 different types of questions present in the listening. Although 8 types of questions are there, only 2 types of questions are super important. Close to 4 types of questions are important. The other 2 are important, 2 are very important. So total 8, 2 are very important, 2 are important. So this is how it is. So 50% of the tasks in listening module are important, 50% are not that important. So as the distribution is concerned, there is one super duper important task in the listening module that's called write from dictation. It's a mega task. You will be seeing it soon. Okay, so the assessment in listening module is done by AI. Only for one task, human assessment is there. I'm going to talk about it. Human assessment is also there. It's not only there, also there. Let's discuss that. So listening tasks, please see. These are the tasks which are there on the screen. Please see. Summarize spoken text. There will be one question from summarize spoken text. Its weightage is estimated to be 10 in listening, 10 in writing. 10 in writing. Okay, close to that. So this is section 1 of listening module. So this is there in section 1. I said, right, listening is divided into 2 sections, section 1, section 2. In section 1, there is only what? Summarizes spoken text. Our summarized spoken text is there in section 1. Remaining all are there in section 2. So section 1's time is 10 minutes. You have approximately 31 minutes time in listening module. Section 1's time is 10 minutes by default. By default. No second thought about it. For the section 2, starting from multiple choice, multiple answers to dictation, starting from multiple choice to, these are all there in section 2. Its time is approximately 20 minutes. It can change 1-2 minutes here and there. And this section 2's time is a common time. It is you who decide how much time you give for a multiple choice question. Fill in the blanks or anything. It is up to you. Okay. After audio, how much time would you like to give? It is up to you. So in section 2, what are there? Let's see. Multiple choice, multiple answer, 2 to 3 questions. It's all about listening and identifying the right choices in a multiple choice question. That's it. The weight is 1 mark, close to 1 mark in listening. That's it. 2 to 3 questions. Fill in the blanks. It's all about listening and typing missing words in a passage or in a conversation. That's what you do in fill in the blanks in a nutshell. There will be 2 to 3 questions and you will get close to 10 to 15 marks from fill in the blanks. Type in. Highlight correct summary. In this task, you will be identifying the correct summary for a audio, for an audio. Basically, that's what you do. There will be 2 to 3 questions. The listening score is just 1 mark and reading score is also 1 mark. Multiple choice question, single answer. Again, by listening to an audio, you will identify the right option or right choice from the following choices. Half mark is the estimated score for that. Select missing words, 1 or 2 questions. There will be an audio. At the end of the audio, there will be a beep sound and you have to guess what is that missing word. What is in the beep? What is in the beep? You have to guess based on the options given to you. That's select missing word. Hardly any score it gives you. There will be only one question in the real examination from this. Just one question, not 1, 2. Highlight incorrect word. There will be 2 to 3 questions from this. It's all about reading a paragraph and clicking the incorrect words, clicking the wrong words. It's all about clicking the wrong words by listening to the audio, following the audio, reading the paragraph, listening, reading paragraph, clicking the wrong words is highlighting correct is all about it. Highlighting correct words is all about it. Simple, super duper simple task. Right? 2 to 3 questions, 8 to 12 marks in listening, and 4 to 6 marks in reading. It has reading contribution. Right from dictation, there will be 3 to 4 questions coming from this task. Right from dictation, 3-4 questions. The estimated score from right from dictation is up to 30 marks in listening, up to 15 marks in writing. But if you, as a test taker, if you are spending more time on select missing words, multiple choice, single answer, highlight correct summary, multiple choice, multiple answer, you will hardly have any time to answer right from dictation effectively. Those people who spend least time on multiple choice, 2 types of questions, highlight correct summary, select missing word will have sufficient time in answering right from dictation. There you have a scope to improve its accuracy. Otherwise, you have problem. All right. So this is the thing, and there are tasks which are outside the listening module responsible for listening score. What are they? Repeat sentence from speaking module. It is responsible for 15 to 18 marks. Repeat sentence belongs to speaking module, responsible for 15 to 18 marks in listen. Retail lecture belongs to speaking module, responsible for 8 to 12 marks of listening 90. Summarized group discussion is a speaking module task. Again, it is responsible for 6 to 9 marks in listening module. Just to give you a disclaimer, these estimations based on my understanding of Pearson PT, my personal professional numbers, they're not part of the Pearson PT literature. That's it. Now let's learn some interesting things about listening module. Number 1 is that from section 1, you cannot transfer a time to section 2. So for example, summarize spoken text is there, right? So one question has 10 minutes time for listening and writing the answer. Let us say as a student, as a smart student, you answered summarize spoken text in just 5-6 minutes time. Okay, completely. Listening, writing, proofreading, everything is done in 5-6 minutes, and you go to the next section, which is section 2. This 4-5 minutes time, what you saved in the section 1 cannot be transferred to section 2. This is something you should know. So this is called non-transferable time from section 1 to section 2 in the PT Academic listening module. Number 1. Number 2 is every question in the listening module has one audio. So one question has one audio. And if you feel like, for example, there is a multiple choice single answer question, you want to avoid listening to the audio. So you cannot avoid listening to the audios in the Pearson PT Academic listening module. So whether you like the audio, hate the audio, until the audio is completely played, 100% played, the next button will not be activated for you to go to the next question, right? So whether there is an important question type or there is not an important question type, listening to the audios is something you are expected to do, right? So because you cannot, the next button will not be active until your existing questions audio is completed, next button stops working. So these two things you should be knowing. So guys, what you're seeing right now is called erasable noteboard. This is called erasable noteboard, and in the real examination, you will be given a pen like this, almost similar to this one. You will get in the real exam. Okay, and those people who already took the exam, they can relate 100%. So on this erasable noteboard, I can write the rough notes like this. I wrote something. We see this is now getting mirrored, so I can write something like this, and it cannot be wiped immediately, or it gets dried up immediately. All right, so you have in this erasable noteboard up to 10 sides. This is one side, the other side, third side, fourth side, fifth side. A lot of stuff is there. So the notes is written like this during the examination, and this you don't have to carry to the test center. They will only give you when you are entering into the testing room. Okay, so they'll give you this erasable noteboard with multiple pages plus this this type of pen, 2 pens also they give you. You will immediately when you get these in the test center, you will check yourself whether the pens are writing or not, because sometimes the pens don't write. So it can be a disturbance for you. Okay. After starting the exam, you can always raise your hand, right? You can always ask for replacement pens, but it is better you check whether the pens are writing or not. You get 2 pens. If you get one, ask for the second one. So until you are happy with the pen selection, they keep on giving you the replacement. So don't worry about it. They will take care of that. So this is where you write notes or rough notes during the PT exam. In which tasks it is useful? It is useful in tasks like in speaking, read a lecture. Erasable noteboard is useful. Summarize group discussion, useful. Probably in response situation, useful. And then essay for brainstorming and writing down the mind map and all, it is useful. And then in listening module, summarize spoken text, it is useful. Fill in the blanks. If somebody does not have good typing speed, fill in the blanks. Type in task. You can write the blanks first here and then you can enter them later in the computer. And in write from dictation, again, if somebody has typing speed, you can first write the answer on the erasable noteboard. Next, you can write it on the computer. All right. So this is called a physical notebook case. Exactly. Almost 100% same thing you will get in the real examination. 99.9% people do not see this before entering into the test center. Before picking them from Pearson PT, I think you are only 0.1%. You are able to see it before going to the test. All right.